it was having some technical difficulties, and when I came back on, it didn't seem like it was on. I said, oh, I'll come back live in a minute. But look, you guys are over here. I'm so sorry. Hey, good morning. Good morning. That is too funny. I had no idea. You guys are probably over here hearing my whole conversation with my husband. Anyway, good morning. I'm coming on this morning because God had put in my heart this morning. The question dropped in my spirit so clearly this morning, and I heard God say, what's holding you back? What's holding you back? What's holding you back this morning? Good morning. Good morning. What's holding you back this morning? What's holding you back? Is it your feelings of inadequacy, your feelings that you're not worthy? Is it the feelings that what God has given you a glimpse of is too great? There's just no way you can do it. What's holding you back this morning from really embracing everything that God has for you? What's holding you back from manifesting abundant life? What's holding you back from manifesting your dreams? What's holding you back from launching that next thing that God has put in your heart, put in your spirit? What is holding you back? Is it pain? Is it trauma? Is that at the root of it? What is holding you back? Because oftentimes when I ask people these questions and I begin to dig a little bit to say, what is it exactly? What is it exactly? It's oftentimes mindsets, thoughts that are directly rooted in pain, through situations you've come from that make you feel like you're not worthy, that maybe in some places and seasons in your life you've made some choices that you're not proud of, that you feel like don't represent who you want to be or who you really are. And this morning I wanted to come on because I felt the need to say to you that you are not your circumstances. If you're looking to be perfect, if you're looking to have it all figured out and to be perfect in order to be worthy of leading, be worthy of being a business person, be worthy of being able to help others, if you're waiting to be perfect, if your expectation of yourself is that you're not going to be human, you're not going to struggle, there's never going to be a point in your life where everything is just perfect or where you've just got it all figured out and now you're finally worthy. You're finally ready because you've somehow finally reached a season where it's all figured out. That's a fallacy. That's not true. Life has ups and downs, and it doesn't matter who you are. You're going to have ups and downs. You're going to have good seasons and bad seasons. You're going to have where you're on the mountaintop and you're in the valley. You're going to have seasons of life. You're going to wake up some days and you're going to be struggling. It's going to feel like you're wading through quicksand. There were seasons in my life where I felt like the struggle was so real and I felt like I was just wading through quicksand. I felt like I could take one step back just to take two steps backwards. And then there's other seasons of my life where I feel like anything I touch turns to gold. Anything I set my mind to manifest, anything I do, anything I touch prospers. And then the next season will be confusion, struggle, strife. What is holding you back from doing what God's called you to do? What is holding you back from embracing all of what God has created you to be? What is holding you back from doing what you're called and chosen to do? For the lives that are assigned to you, the souls that are assigned to you, what is holding you back from stepping into position, flaws and all? Not looking for perfection. God's not looking for perfection. He's not looking for people who act perfect. people who act like they have it all figured out. God's not looking for perfect specimens. God works through people who are able to own their flaws. God works through people who are able to own all of their imperfections, all of their issues, all of their failures, and say, this is me. I know I'm not perfect. I know I haven't done it all right. As a matter of fact, I got it all wrong before I got it right. I didn't have anything figured out. I was just winging it. And guess what? Your parents were winging it, and your friends are winging it, and everybody who's acting like they've got it so figured out, they're winging it too. All you can do is just do the best you can do. Every day that you wake up, do the best that you can do. Put on the right mind of God, get centered, meditate, pray, and then launch your day from a spirit of peace and love and joy. Do whatever God brings your way to do. Execute from a place of divine order. Shoot, that's a message in and of itself. Just being able to get to the point where you have peace of mind to be able to operate. To not be distracted by all of your hindrances and craziness and distractions and all these crazy people around you and your crazy attitude and all the crazy funky mindsets that you've inherited from your family and your friends, the trauma in your childhood, the abuse that you ain't never talked about. Listen, I know I'm talking to somebody this morning. It's all this mess that causes you to feel like you're somehow unworthy, that you can't do it, that this thing that God keeps putting on your heart, this cause, this motivation, this inspiration, this purpose that God keeps dropping in your spirit, that you somehow can't do it because you fill in the blank. Because you were promiscuous? Because you had an abortion? Because you were raped? Because you've been married 3 times and couldn't figure out relationships? Because your daddy didn't love you? Because your mama was crazy? Because you hate religion? Because you were spiritually abused? Because you've never felt worthy or pretty? Because you never open up to people? What is it? What is it that is standing between you and God this morning? What is it that you need to let go of so God can begin to have his way in your life? What is blocking your blessings? What is this thing that's mentally, spiritually, emotionally blocking your next level of life, that you're not leaping and jumping at the next thing? You know in your heart of hearts that God has called you for greater. You know in your heart of hearts that God has something greater for you than where you are now. What is holding you back? You don't have a lot of time. Anybody who's making you feel like you've got time is lying to you. Anybody who's acting like, well, you know, you got to take it at your own pace. You got to, people say to me all the time, Rebecca, the way you confront people with things and the way you make people deal with their past and their issues, that could shake some people up. Everybody's not ready for that. Well, if you ain't ready, baby, you ain't ready for me. I'm not a therapist. I'm not about to hold your hand. We're not about to cry from here until 2020. If you want to overcome some things in your life, we're going to have to do it with boldness and courage and directly deal with that thing. Because if you want to if you want to stay stuck and you want to keep dealing with that funky, nasty spirit, and you want to keep dealing and feeling so overwhelmed and conflicted and condemned, and you just want to stay in this place where you just keep cycling through this mess day in, day out, week in, month out, year after year, honey, I am not the one for you, because I'm going to shake you up. Peacemakers make peace. They don't keep peace. Peacemakers have to rattle a few cages and shake you out of your inertia, shake you out of your comfort zone, and cause you to say, God, I need a change. I have got to change how I'm thinking. I've got to change my words. I've got to change how I feel. I've got to change what I do every single day. Because if you are wanting to stay the same, Keep on doing what you're doing, baby, because nothing's going to change. And I'm not the one for you. If you want a change in your life, you are going to have to make up your mind. You are going to have to get accountable and responsible. And you are going to have to get disciplined. Listen. If I tell you something to do because I've listened to what you're going through and you don't listen to me, you ain't serious. And I'm not going to waste my breath and my energy on people who are not serious about the things of God and what he has for your life. If you don't take it serious, baby, I can't take it serious either. There's somebody else that needs me. There's somebody else that's hanging on by a thread and saying, oh God, help me. And then I come along and I give a word, or I reach out and I give a message, or I do a video, or I write a book, and it's an answer to their prayer. I get messaged by people every single day. Rebecca, I've healed myself through your videos. I've healed my life through your videos, just listening to your videos. What's your excuse? If somebody can meditate, get still, and watch some videos and turn their whole life around, what is your excuse? You can say, oh, I don't have the money. Oh, I can't afford this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't make it to the webinar. I can't make it to the mastermind. I can't order or afford a master coach. Honey, listen, God changed my whole life around just me and God. It may have taken me longer to get it because I didn't have somebody telling me what to do and guiding me through that process. But if you will just get still, and if you will seek God in a way like you've never sought God before, I'm talking about desperation. Desperation. Are you desperate enough for change? Do you want it like you need your next breath? That's the people I'm looking for. That's the people God's calling in this season. You need a change like you need your next breath. If you gotta fast, you're gonna fast. If you're gonna study, you gotta study. Listen. Over the years of doing what I do, I can recognize somebody who's ready. From the moment we get on the phone, I feel the spirit of knowing whether they're really ready or not, or taking this serious. Listen, I have clients, first call, first consultation. They on the floor crying. I can't even understand every second word I'm understanding because they're crying so hard and listen. And those are the ones, a year later, their whole life will be turned around because they finally got desperate enough and surrendered everything to God. What's holding you back? Is it your pride? Is it your ego? You don't want it. If you're not willing to study for it, if you're not willing to fast for it, if you're not willing to chase after it, if you're not willing to figure your own solutions out, God showed me, God have your way in my life. I can't stay here anymore. I need a change in my life. If you done churched it out and danced it out and cried it out and prayed it out and praised it out, and you've made a show for everybody that you trying to do what you trying, now it's time to do it. Now it's time to do it. Get serious. Study to show yourself approved. Seek God in a way like you've never, which means getting quiet, getting still. It don't happen with a lot of words. I was balled up in a fetal position like a baby when God came in. Why? I finally surrendered. I finally said, God, have your way in my life, because I've made such a mess of it. I don't even know what to do from this point. And I always have solutions. I always have next steps and answers. I didn't know what to do. God, have your way in my life. I give myself over to you. I give myself over to you. God, have your way in my life. And God came in and began to orchestrate that thing. Next thing you know, my life starts turning around and turning around and turning around. Who am I talking to? One day at a time, a different mindset, a different way of thinking, a different way of talking, different people surrounding me. That's why sometimes you got to run your race and you got to leave some people behind, baby. Leave some people behind. They can't go where you're going. What's holding you back? What's holding you back? My assistant Cheryl says to me, she says, Rebecca, anybody that get around you and don't change, don't want to change. That's the truth. Anybody that get around me and don't change, don't want to change. I am a change manifester. I'm a change instigator. Honey, I'm a pusher. I will push you so far out your comfort zone. You will look up and be like, oh my God, I'm walking on water. How did I get here? Rebecca! Some of you are water walkers. You've been on land too long. You're forgetting your nature. You're forgetting who you are. You're forgetting what God created you to do. You're getting so caught up in the mechanics. You're getting so caught up in the politics. You're getting so caught up in what people think about you and what people say about you and what, honey, listen, you came to change lives. God put you on earth to change lives. God put you on earth to do a great work. What are you doing? What is holding you back? Something's holding you back. It's up to you to get with God and discover what it is. Listen, I gotta go. I think my daughter's knocking on the door. I gotta go. I love you. Make up your mind today. Make up your mind. Put your face forward. Block out every distraction. If it means you got to get still and you got to get quiet and you've got to get alone with God, that the Spirit of God begin to become so magnified inside of you, so magnified. We are divinity disguised in flesh. The more you get centered, the more you meditate, the more you get aligned, your divinity becomes magnified. We are divinity in disguise. You just don't have the memory of wholeness. You came into this world as an angel, as a spirit inside of flesh, just like Jesus. The work that's necessary is about peeling back the layers so you can recall your wholeness, so you can recall your power, recall your anointing, recall your true identity, so that you walk forward in power, that anything you think creates, anything you speak manifests. Why? God in flesh says who you are. You're born powerful. You don't have to get powerful. You're born powerful. You're born anointed. You're born spirit. The work is to peel back all these layers that have been put on you in life from the time you were born. These labels, culture, society, family, mindsets, words. It's not generational curses. Generational mindsets, generational habits. You gotta peel this stuff away. Peel it away to get back to your truth of wholeness. You're healed, you're whole. Underneath all this mess, you're healed, you're whole. You need the memory of who you are. You have amnesia. You don't know who you are right now. But when God begins to reveal and pull back, and that is the work. That is the work. The peeling is the work. Mwah! Blessings in abundance. I just came on really quickly because God put something on my spirit. I love you, love you, love you. Have a wonderful day. Happy Monday. Have an incredibly powerful week. Love you to pieces. Blessing in abundance. I'm going to go take my daughter to school. Love you. Sorry that my video was running without me on. I'm going to have to edit that out for YouTube. Love you. Talk to you soon.